All right. Hello, friends, and welcome back to another exciting recording of Keyframes. It's been a hot second since the last time that I recorded. My last save file for this was the 9th, and today's the 18th, I think. So, bit of some time, but I'm excited to hop back into this. So many things that I want to tell you about before we start this recording. Number one, it's going to storm tonight in about an hour, and I don't know how much of a storm it's going to be. I just know it's like 100% chance, but I didn't really see how big of a storm it's going to be. So hopefully it's okay. And I can like game through it. But if I have to cut it a little bit short because of the storm, I have a battery backup, but I still don't like to really game during like really big storms where the power is flickering, of course. So, yeah, we have that. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is how the people who make this game, they recently came out with a little like tease first look into some of the summer stuff, summer like sprites and just like what's going to be going on for the summer portion of this game. And oh my God, I cannot believe how much I keep going back and forth between who I want to romance in this game. Because every so often something happens and I'm like, oh, wait, my plans have changed actually. If you haven't seen it, holy fuck. Elio in particular, his summer sprite. Wow. Wow, I posted this on Twitter, but I'll talk about it in this video as well. I forgot how to breathe. I'm not joking. I was sitting there. Well, okay. I was making dinner. And for like a solid minute, I don't think I breathed once. I was just staring at that photo. I don't even I know what I had for dinner that night. I don't remember what it tasted like. So I was just thinking about that photo. It was a pretty good photo. So yeah, now I don't know what to do with myself. Who am I going to romance in this game? I have no clue. They all have their positives, I guess we're going to call it. Anyway, let's hop into this though, and let's see. I can't remember if I've just now noticed there's this little like Z-shaped ice cream thing down here. That's super cute. I like that a lot. Did I read text messages? I think I did. This looks the same. Powdered sugar, I remember that. Deja, Your exams. This is what we just read. Elio's chat. This is from the first day. Come over and game, but then we made soup instead. So yeah, I think that's everything for text messages. So we're just hopping right into the next event. That's exciting. Let's see what happens. It was a big day for Rin Mayor, but for Deja and Reina, it was even bigger. According to student government's superstition, the end-of-year festival was the test by which a president and their vice president were to be judged suitable for serving another term. Ooh. Today's event budget was the largest they'd had all year. Every dollar had been meticulously allocated, every cent painstakingly stretched as far as it would go. Deja had told you that, by comparison, organizing the craft fair was child's play, even for all of Hugh's hysterics. Reina had agreed, albeit a little politer. Reina had slept over last night while putting out the few last fires, okay? She and Deja had gone to bed a mere hour before dawn, yet they were gone when you awoke, having already made their way to the green. They'd even left a pot of coffee on for you, but the cranes clunking loudly in the distance were far less considerate. At least most of the large-scale setup having completed the afternoon before. Still, you doubted anyone living on campus couldn't hear what was going on. In the silence that followed, birds dared to sing again, and you went to get dressed. It'd be time to head out soon. Hey, you up? And then like biting lip emoji. Oh my god. That depends on what you're wearing, baby girl. Partner material. Ooh, I'll be up in a bit. I didn't think we were gonna get like immediately open this event and immediately just start flirting with Cam. Let's fucking go. You meandered out into the kitchen and rifled through your fridge for a quick breakfast. Before long, the doors swung open and Cameron swanned in, looking equal parts enthusiastic and exhausted. Hey, Cam, table for one. A booth would be great. Oh, okay. Shutting the fridge door, you handed Cameron a small bunch of grapes, then twirled in place. What do you think? Cute. On second thought, you retrieved a water bottle from the fridge and tossed it over. Cameron took it gratefully, unscrewing the cap to take a sip. Gotta get hydrated early if we're gonna have fun today. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad, does it? You look fine, but my plate still stands. An uncertain smile crossed their expression before Cameron sheepishly nodded in agreement. It wasn't uncommon for them to overthink things the night before a big event. They didn't want to come across as childish or overly excited, but playing it cool wasn't their style. From the slight bags under their eyes, you knew they'd stayed up too late fretting. With Deja busy for the day, you intended to do what you could to help them feel as confident as possible. This one's a lot of text, apparently. The text box got bigger. If it were earlier in the semester, you'd suspect the restlessness had to do with how you were supposed to meet Percy, Jamie, and Elio down on the green. But you'd all hung out a handful of times by now, so instead the primary suspect was simply excitement. Cameron looked tired, but beyond that they didn't look nervous. It was a good sign of how well they'd warmed up to the other's presence, since hanging out in larger groups could make them feel anxious at times. It'd taken you a little while to warm up to them too, but you could say you were largely looking forward to today yourself. You good to go? Let me check. Got my phone, keys, what else? Wallet? You had your things together by the time Cameron was done eating their grapes. After turning out the lights and locking up, the two of you hurried down to the street level, turning onto the path that connected to the rest of campus. So, what are you looking forward to the most? I only saw a little bit from the parking lot, but it's already crowded as hell, worse than the first day of classes. Okay, so I was getting kind of like, because I'm not 100% sure what this is going to be, I was kind of getting like festival fair vibes, but this is like, what's my favorite part of a festival? God, the magic of friendship. You're so right. No, probably food. Honestly, there are certain things that you can only get at like festivals. I'm not a big rider. And games, it kind of depends for both of these. Rides, I only ride one ride in particular. Then it's named something different every single time that you go to like a different festival. So I don't know what to call it for you guys, but it's a freak out is one that I've seen a lot. I think some other places call it like the Twister or something similar to that. It's a big like pendulum ride, but not like a ship. You know, because there's like the ship pendulum rides, and then there's the one that I'm talking about. The other one. That's the only ride that I'll ride. Everybody, all of my friends who go with me to festivals are like, absolutely not. You're doing that by yourself. No way. And I'm like, this is probably the safest ride here. And then games. I'm not a big festival gamer person. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Let's talk about food. I think I want like one of those huge turkey legs, okay? I thought you got a stomach ache from that last year. Yeah, but I'm a year older now. My stomach's steelier, or I'm just hungrier, okay? Either way, it's going to be over the top kinds of wild. Dee's been pulling her hair out over this. And still prepping for finals at the same time. She takes the shortest power naps I've ever seen. I heard Deja sleep talking the last time I was over. I think she was ordering doves, okay? To release? I have to assume. What else do people do with doves? Oh my god. Okay, like this is truly a fair. Cool. You heard the sheer scale of it before you even arrived on the green. There was the tinny noise of a victory buzzer, happy shouts mixed with more reckless shrieks, and somehow a goat leading, okay? Rows of booths lined the lawn to either side, strung with lights and flags. Everywhere you looked, there were people moving in easy ebbs and flows, queuing, playing, snacking, chatting. Arriving at the SGB side of the festival, you found the center of command. A tent marked with the word information, where the person you were looking for was standing. D. She wiggled her fingers at you in greeting, and Cameron skipped ahead with a grin. As he moved to close the gap, he realized her gesture had changed. She was pointing at something behind you, poking twice for emphasis as she smiled, okay? There you all are. Here I am. A familiar voice caught your ear and you turned, waving as the other half of your group arrived. Hey, you made it. Yep, the green's notoriously difficult to find after all. Good, good. Hope we're not late. How's everyone doing? Well, don't everyone say hi to me all at once. Pardon my manners. Hello, Deja. M'lady. Ma'am. Deja rolled her eyes, but any annoyance quickly gave way to the veneer of school spirit that she was required to have. As your group gathered in front of the info table, she clapped her hands once, officially greeting you all with a smile and a raised brow. For some reason, I feel like this game is so quiet. I mean, I know that I have BGM off, but I'm still like, where's preferences? It's down here. I'm still like, wow. Yeah, sound effect volume is up and voice. I don't know why. I just feel like it's so quiet tonight. I'm expecting like hair sounds, you know? I'm ready to be immersed. Give me the sound effects. All right, kids, before I set you loose, who needs to fill out a waiver for what? That is a worrying first question to ask, my dude. Cameron gave a pointed look at the row of tablets set up in front of Deja. Curious, he reached over and tapped on the closest screen, bringing up a simple E form with the university's logo up top. Release of liability? Deja, what's this for? Something dastardly, I bet. Come on, don't you trust me? I don't know. I probably do. Deja batted her eyes without a moment's hesitation, and Cameron turned aside to clutch at their chest, bracing an arm on the table as they staggered. Must resist, must read the fine print. You glanced over your shoulder at the activities arranged all along the green. In particular, a large temporary wall caught your eye, studded with colorful handholds. Is this for the rock climbing course? Mm-hmm, and a few others. Elio perked up noticeably at that, stepping over to tap another tablet. Scrolling quickly down the form, he nodded, then returned to the top to start entering his student info. Makes sense. You really pulled out all the stops, huh? Deja nodded and shrugged at the same time, pulling her obvious pride back across a line of nonchalant confidence as she gestured towards the rest of the green. You've seen how far we'd go for the scavenger hunt. Did you really doubt us? No, that's why we showed up. So that's why you insisted we wear athletic shoes. Elio beamed, feigning ignorance, and hit submit on the form before stepping aside for Jamie. Percy finished up at the adjacent tablet, while Cameron scrolled more slowly on the third and final one. To really read in the fine print there. As Percy vacated his spot, you took a closer look for yourself. There were fields for your name and email, and a section outlining what responsibilities were yours and what were the university's. You don't have to fill it out right away. If you change your mind, there'll be another SG person near the actual activities with another tablet. Okay, that's nice. What is this I'm hearing, Suddenly, the SGB president herself arrived in a flurry of movement. Despite the hustle and bustle, Reina was put together as ever, not a clip or a button out of place as she stepped up next to Deja. Hi, Reina. Kid, hi. She turned on the rest of you in the next moment, putting her hands good-naturedly on her hips and regarding you with a faint pout. Scared off by a little waver? Come on, where's that chickadee fighting spirit? Are we fighting chickadees? I don't know if I could punch a bird in good conscience. Reina sent Cameron a patient but exasperated look, and they shoved their hands innocently in their pockets, swaying back and forth with a small, goofy smile. But really, as your lead organizer for the day, I hope you find it in you to try out as much of what we've got on. Sure, as you can, waivers or otherwise. You got it, Reina. It looks great out here. You've done a really impressive job. I'd expect no less from the current SGB leadership. It's quite something. Go and play first, and then come back here and flatter us for a job well done, yeah? Oh, but take these first. A cardboard box landed on the table, and Reina sifted through its contents, expertly selecting exactly 5 paper bracelets, okay, and fanning them out for you to take. This way the food trucks will know you're students and you eat for free. Let's fucking go. You're welcome. She produced a roll of red paper tickets next. In the time it took you to loop a bracelet around your wrist and stick it in place, she had neatly torn off 1 ticket for each of you. And these are for later. Cool. Don't lose them. These are for later. The raffle at the end. Oh, what's on the prize list? The look of warning that Reina leveled at the 3 of you was nothing short of arresting, and Deja turned her eyes skyward while letting out an innocent, oblivious hum. What indeed? That's what I thought. The prize budget was high, that's all I'll say. Reina threw her hands up in an incredulous huff, and you fought to keep your smile from giving you away. Almost immediately after, Percy closed his eyes and crossed his fingers. Cruise to the Caribbean, cruise to the... Okay, not that high. Cruise to Alaska, cruise to... All right, now you guys can go. Go on, go do your things. I'll be here for the rest of the day. You don't get any breaks? Some, yes, but don't wait up for me. I already know everything that happens anyway. Yeah, but like experiencing it. She winked while Reina pointed at the rest of you with a warning. Yes, really, go. Otherwise all this will have been for nothing. Then how sad will your beloved SGB be? BB. Under the combined force of their expectant smiles, you could do little but promise to enjoy yourself. You have fun too, Kay? Walking backwards, you and the others waved your temporary goodbyes, then gathered a short distance away to stare at the entirety of the festival. That climbing wall's calling my name. You guys want to come with? I'm down. Oh, I was kind of hoping to hit up the games first. Percy grinned, jabbing his thumb over his shoulder at the fairground. He was already balanced on the balls of his feet, ready to disappear into the crowd at any moment. That's cool, no worries. We could head over that way first. Elio bounced a few times, his hand on his hat as he scoped out out the booths and games in the distance. Percy made a non-committal sound, lifting a shoulder and dropping it. It's a big turnout. You sure you don't want to grab a spot as early as possible? There is quite a crowd. Yeah, it's open to Fairfield in general, too. The SGB has been selling tickets for a few months. Wow. I think they doubled down the last 2 weeks. I heard someone giving the whole spiel on the bus the other day, and I saw tables set up at that one path leading up from the parking lots. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I'm good with whatever. Cameron shrugged, grinning as they looped an arm through yours. The signal was clear. They'd stick next to you, regardless of what everyone else was planning. But I know you want to do... Well, you said that you wanted to do the rock wall. Elio's head swiveled around the festival grounds so quickly that you were sure it'd pop right off his shoulders if he did it any faster. There were too many options available, and it seemed like he was intent on capturing it all. Jamie huffed out a laugh, pretending to look elsewhere as Cameron's gaze met yours, privately relieved that they weren't the only one who was excited. I mean, there should be time, but you're right, I see some lines forming already. It's still the green, it's not like we won't be able to find each other again. I'll refrain, it doesn't matter too much to me either way. You could stay in a group, or you could wander off and do whatever came to mind. Like Percy said, the green wasn't that big. No. I feel like, as somebody who has gone to festivals with their friends, I actually, okay, backstory time here. There was a festival near like where I grew up, where I was born, where every year they had it the weekend of my birthday. Like every year we started joking that it was my birthday festival, even though like it wasn't. But in every year I would hang out with my friends at that festival, you know? I feel like if you're going to a festival with your friends, you have to stay in a group. Like, obviously, you have to go around and do what everybody wants to do. You don't have to like ride the same rides as they do, but you do have to like hang out and go with them places. You can't split up. You were determined to make the most of your day, and that included spending time with everyone in equal measure. What better way to take in all that the festival had to offer? Want to stick together? That's fine with me. Sure. Any preferences on which way we should head first? You turned your gaze on the rest of the green. When it came to finding things that all 5 of you could do, there were some locations that stood out. You don't have to all do the same thing. People could like stand back while somebody has fun doing something. You can wait your turn. Petting zoo, a human pretzel race, and an obstacle course. Ooh. I'm so intrigued by the human pretzel race and what that means. But I do think an obstacle course would be fun. Oh, yes, can we? You don't have to pull out the puppy dog eyes, man. I want to see what's over there, too. Jamie? Why not? You made for the starting line, craning your heads back to gauge the full scope of what you were getting yourselves into. This was easily the largest attraction at the festival, okay? The entire thing was composed of inflatable nylon barriers and flooring, bordered by high walls. It shook occasionally with corresponding yelp, shouts, and laughs from within. If you strained your ears, you could also hear the faint rhythm of muffled machinery. Nothing too elaborate, but for a family-friendly campus event, it was ominous, nonetheless. Cameron stretched out onto tiptoes, trying to look inside. Out at the far end of the course, a pair of students stumbled through the exit, laughing as they held up a pair of stopwatches. Okay. Must be pretty intense if we have to wait to get in. Looks like they time us, too. Hey, welcome. If you're looking to race, we have a big group finishing up soon. Should be space for all of you if you want in. You each nodded, some with more enthusiasm than others. The operator chuckled, then gestured for you to line up, lifting a bundle of lanyards in one hand. Just gotta make sure you've all got your waivers signed. Oh, and you'll use these stopwatches to record your times. Careful not to stop them too early, okay? You can see our current record. I just remembered that there are quick time events in this game. Oh boy, let me get ready. You can see our current record over there on that signboard. It's currently just over 6 minutes. We'll double check your times at the end, but play fair, yeah? And of course, anyone who breaks our record wins a prize. Interesting. My friends, I love you all dearly, but know that we are now at war. We don't even know what the prize is yet. No, that's why we must fight for it, don't you see? The crackle from the operator's walkie-talkie signaled that you were up next. With a gesture, she herded you all through the archway that marked the obstacle course's entrance. You join the starting line, crouching a little to find your balance. On your left, Percy sank down into a full runner's start. Oh boy. On your right, Jamie merely leaned forward a little. Hands on your stopwatches, everyone. Ready? On your marks. Get set. Good luck, everyone. Cameron's musical laughter sounded from farther down on your right. Come on, we all know you're itching for that win. Go. Oh boy. The starting whistle blew and you each clicked your stopwatches on, then dashed forward. With wild shouts, Elio and Cameron pelted into the lead. The rest of you were close behind as you approached the first obstacle, a steep incline, lined with several ropes to use as climbing supports. The nylon gave awkwardly under your feet. Hold on, my phone just went off and now I have to reread that line. Gosh darn it. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. What a fool I am. Okay. The nylon gave awkwardly under your feet as you tried to gain purchase. If you wanted to scale this wall, you'd have to grab on and pull yourself up, quick. Yep, I had a feeling. You latched onto a rope and dug your feet in, overtaking Cameron as he scrambled up the slope. They yelped in outrage, and you heard their shoes squeaking on the nylon right behind you. Oh shit. Just go. I'm not gonna be mean. One of them was like, pull on Elio's shirt, something about Cameron, and then just go. I'm not going to purposefully make one of them fail just for me to win. You put your head down and doubled your efforts, but so did Cameron. Eat my dust! With a victorious shout, they reclaimed second place with a burst of energy, launching themselves over the slope's peak after Elio. I'm a pretty competitive person. In something like this, I'm not all that competitive. I just want to go through the obstacle course. I don't really want to win, so. Oh, okay. As the rest of you slid down the other side of the slope, Elio dashed ahead to earn a sizable lead. Cameron bolted after him at top speed, hollering a challenge that you couldn't quite hear. Up ahead was a pit that spanned the whole width of the track. While it'd be safer to hop down and run across, you set your sights on the other side of the gap and picked up speed. Okay. What am I doing? Stopwatch thumping against your chest, you broke into a full sprint and leaped at the last moment, landing with an oomph on the other side, pushing off and darting onwards. Okay. Let's go, people, let's go. Percy and Jamie both cleared the jump with ease, landing within seconds of each other. Percy lengthened his stride, bounding ahead in reckless leaps as he checked behind him. Unfortunately, that meant Percy didn't quite hear what was happening up ahead. Oh no. Last one out's a rotten. He never got to finish his taunt, as a horizontal padded bar swung out of nowhere and checked him neatly at the waist. That'd be the first of the mechanical obstacles in the race. Percy toppled head over heels with a high-pitched yelp, but Jamie vaulted over the bar with the sudden grace of an antelope. Let's go, okay. He rolled fluidly to his feet, then rushed onward without a word. Damn, he's not even gonna shit talk. Then the bar swept back around, just in time to catch you. Oh shit. I thought it was gonna be a lot more buttons than just one. You lunged haphazardly under the rotating bar, crawling on your elbows and knees until you clear to run again. Wait up! As you all scampered forth, the next obstacle loomed, a row of winding tunnels. No matter which you chose, you'd be forced to throw yourself down and crawl as fast as you could. Okay. Oh shit, I wasn't ready. The world faded into a colorful blur as you dove, using your elbows to pull yourself forward into a tunnel. To either side, you heard the muffled voices of your friends doing the same. You crawled for your life, popping out on the other end of the maze just a little bit ahead of the others. Over halfway done. Onward, onward. Farther ahead, there was a bright flash of Elio's hat as he crested a low hill. Cameron put up a formidable chase right behind him, arrow masts and hood flapping in the wind. Get back here! Never! You were in the middle of the pack with a slight lead over Percy and Jamie. Resisting the urge to look back, you sped into a run. Up last, a colorful, hectic jumble of pillars, arranged on a series of small, uneven hills. You'd have to slalom back and forth as you ran if you wanted to keep up. You darted carefully between all the pillars. You wanted to avoid tripping. You cut to the side and wove a tight, controlled path through the slalom poles, aiming to flit through quickly without any mistakes. And after neatly avoiding every obstacle, your swift gait carried you across the finish line, seconds ahead of Percy and Jamie. So what am I, like third place? I feel like that's pretty good. Clear out, move! You scurried frantically out of the way just in time, and the final two dove over the line, shoulders smushed together as they struggled to the bitter end. Surrender! You surrender! You surrender! Someone's foot slipped, and they both crashed into a corner of the ending platform with matching squawks. Men down! Men down! You two okay? Against all odds, yes. No thanks to Jamie. I was going to say the same about you. In another minute, the five of you were through the exit and sliding down to the green. After racing on such an unsteady surface, you felt particularly secure with solid earth under your shoes again. Good race. Will our first place champion please present their stopwatch? Elio stepped forward with his lanyard held out in one hand, his delight evident in the happy, proud set to his shoulders. Here you go. That's a new record, all right. Congrats, and here's your prize. She reached out and you heard a soft snap of something plastic. Oh my god, is it one of those bracelets? Yes! Elio visibly jumped, laughing to dispel his surprise, then lifted his arm, revealing a brightly patterned slap bracelet curled around his wrist. Neato! After turning your stopwatches back in, you hastened away to make room for the next batch of racers. Well then, was the prize worth the race? Yeah. Elio gave a slow, lofty laugh before reaching to his wrist, then flicking the same hand out in the next second, slapping the bracelet onto Jamie's arm with gusto. I feel like my model's a little bit laggy. Every single time that I glance over, I'm like, it's not quite as smooth as it could be, but I feel like it's not that bad. I don't know. It's not incredibly noticeable unless you're like actively gauging it, I guess. As a viewer, I don't think you'd notice. Ow. Is this mine now? No, I'd like that back, please. Where to next? Can I do all of them? I bet it's gonna be something that like you can only do two. I need to know what the fuck the human pretzel race is. What on earth is a human pretzel? Whatever it is, my curiosity's been piqued. The flyer says, come improve the bonds of friendship, a fun race that will test your coordination and cooperation. If you win, you get 2 additional raffle tickets, courtesy of the student government, okay? Hey, it says it's free to play. You want to try? It is a compelling prize. Sounds like we're all in, okay? Your destination was a small stage tucked away in the fairground. There wasn't much time to spare. There were other students already waiting to play. One group was standing casually by, and the other chatted quietly as they got to know each other. The third was trading jokes and high fives, hyping each other up with more enthusiasm than the rest combined. They'll be the ones to beat, for sure. I think we could take them. You seem to think that at every opportunity. The rules were simple. Group members would blindly grab each other's hands until you were tangled up in a knot. Oh, okay. I was thinking that this was going to be like in groups of 2, but we're in groups of everybody. Okay. Everybody as in like all the friends, not the random strangers we're meeting. Then when the whistle blew, you'd have to twist, bend, and maneuver without letting go until you stood in a simple, unbroken circle. I see. Surprisingly, I'm pretty good at this. Why do I have experience with this kind of thing? I feel like I could do this. Don't worry, guys. I'll take on the role of leadership. I've got this. Everyone ready? Hang on, my hands are sweaty. There's complimentary hand sanitizer after the game. Hey, I didn't say they were filthy. Who do you think I am? The 5 of you stuck your arms out in an overlapping mishmash. Per the request of the event runners, you tried not to pick out a specific target, instead staring into the middle distance. Your right hand caught someone else's in a gentle grip. You felt a thumb press softly over the backs of your fingers, while the person's palm angled to hold your hand delicately up. Okay. I have a feeling I know who that is. Your left hand bumped against splayed fingers, which carefully caught you in a warm, gentle grip. You clasped them in return, feeling the press of a thumb into your palm. Hey, who's tickling me? Not me. Why are you laughing then? Because someone's tickling me. I see. I wonder who. The starting whistle shrilled loudly, and the timer started counting. Obviously, I have to do my best to help figure out the knot. Yanking each other around without a plan was certainly a mistake. But who would it be easier to start from the top of the... What? But would it be easier to start from the top of the tangle or the bottom? You adjusted your grip and pulled gently, watching as everyone's arms shifted in response. You were somewhere in the middle, so the others would have to unwind themselves first. What you got in that coconut thicket? I'm reverse engineering the tangle. I like to imagine, that meme of like all of the math symbols going past your face. Hold on. You're what? Reverse engineering the tangle, Percy. It's simple. Oh, does Mr. What even is a human pretzel have something to say? It was a matter of a few twists and a pirouette or two. There were a few good-natured grumbles as elbows jabbed unintentionally here and there, but once the worst of the tangle was dealt with, the rest began to fall apart on its own. Spin this way, Cameron. Coming through. And then Kit uncrosses and turns, and you jump back into a circle, and the whistle sounded again, making you the lucky recipients of 2 extra raffle tickets, as well as a wayward bruise here or there. How lucky for you. I kind of wish that was a little bit more. I got to try to untangle it a little bit more, but also I don't know what else you'd do, so. And from here, the games were just getting started. Oh, interesting that it doesn't tell me whose hands I was holding. I thought that I'd know who was on my left and on my right. I'd be interested in knowing. No, I want to know. Go back. The fairground was a blaring hub of lights, noise, and people, yet the noise was a siren song instead of a deterrent, reeling all of you more quickly in the closer you got. There was no doubt Deja had planned this side of the festival. Game booths were packed along one side of the green with frightening efficiency, giving you more options than there were hours in the day. All right, my town, baby. Let me show you how it's done. These are all just variations of throwing things at other things. Wrong. Some of them are shooting things at other things. There's a difference. Oh, yes, pardon me. I wasn't aware we needed to make that obvious distinction. Come on, guys, there's climbing stuff too. I'm not good at the climbing stuff. You can take that, Elio. What do we play first, then? Jamie shrugged and stuck his fist out, the obvious beginnings of a rock, paper, scissors game. Cam snickered and met your eye, and you both joined in, making it a 5-way battle. I always go scissors. I could have chose bomb. I just read that. The game instantly careened off the rails, just like the last time. Percy had 2 fists side by side, and Elio's fist fell perfectly into the open palm of his hand, Cameron at least had tossed out a simple pair of scissors. Okay, so you all do this stupid shit where you come up with new things. Okay. Oh, not again. Bomb. Dynamite. Okay. Scissors? Boulder. Okay, that's just a rock, but bigger. Scissors. Boulder beats everything. Damn. I'm pretty sure a bomb and dynamite would. Too late, already gone. Boulder. Now it was Elio's turn to stick 2 fists in the air as he whooped and sprinted away. He made a beeline for the ladder climb, dodging around a small child or two as he went. You know what? I can't argue with that. Boulder apparently wins all. You caught up to him at a wide, padded platform over which a pair of rope and rung ladders were strung in a gentle incline. This is all you, bud, because I cannot do these. A bell hung on the wall above the far end of each one, waiting to be rung. Again, Elio? Take my chances when I get 'em. What do you mean again? Elio went still, casting a 1,000-yard stare at the ladder, so okay. First he let out a kind of 5-note whistle that preluded a western shootout. Even Jamie joined in by patting the tops of his thighs to mimic the sound of a distantly galloping horse. All that was missing was a tumbleweed or two. Never have I ever passed this challenge. Sweeping an arm out in a bold gesture, Elio beamed at the rest of you with unguarded enthusiasm, managing to look both confident and hopeful with a single gesture. But today I will change that with all of your help. Or at least you'll get to watch me die trying. So, who's with me? You know what? I'll try it. Might as well, right? Like, if you're gonna do stupid shit, you might as well do stupid shit with friends. I'll give it a try. I expect nothing less. Get up here. You sized up the ladder in front of you. It was absolutely the opposite of sturdy, a set of painted wooden rungs connected by thick nylon rope. It was already turning and swaying perilously on its own, without any extra weight on it. And considering how athletic Elio was, you were in for a hard fight. You each braced a foot on the first rung of your ladders, crouching slightly in preparation. On 3, yeah? 1, 2, 3. You launched yourself up the ladder, advancing 1 step, then another, then another. That's 3 more steps than I've usually gotten. The ladder shook violently, threatening to flip upside down as you raced onward. Keeping momentum while staying balanced became exponentially harder, and you managed 2 more steps, then slipped, falling with a short yelp. On your left, you heard an echoing clatter of wooden rungs as Elio's ladder twisted and threw him handedly into the padded floor next to you. Well, we tried. I almost had it. You didn't. Jamie called out dryly but stumbled forward as Cameron suddenly nudged him towards the starting line. All right, let's go. Okay, we're up. We are? No time, go, go, go. Spurred on by Cameron's excitable urgency, the 2 of them grabbed onto the vacant ladders. 1, 2, back. Cam tried leaping up 2 rungs at a time, only to spin until they were hanging upside down, yanking themselves close to the rungs to stay off the floor. They made a valiant effort to swing upright, but their grip faltered, and with a squeak, Cameron went bouncing onto the landing pad. Jamie took a slower approach. Too slow. When his balance wavered, he overcorrected by leaning too far to the other side, and so he fell as well with a small, clipped yelp. How did you make that look so graceful? I literally don't know what you mean. Look at me, I'm a mess. The 2 of them shared a laugh as they laid there before Jamie got up and helped Cameron back to their feet. Hey, Elio, you want another try? You don't have to ask me twice. Stepping forward, Percy stretched his arms out with his fingers laced, and Elio bent down to stretch his hamstrings. From there, what was meant to be a quick race turned into a contest of panache. While each of them engaged in sillier and sillier stretches, Cameron tugged on your sleeve, wiggling their eyebrows as they held up a $5 bill, okay? 5 on Elio. Damn. 5 on Percy. You turned your gaze back to Elio and Percy, both kneeling on the mats like sprinters waiting for a starting pistol. Yeah, I'm also going 5 on Elio. Hear that, Tazaki? I am the favored contestant. Yeah, and I'm the underdog. That means I win. To be fair, I would be very surprised if Percy did this. Count us off, Kit. 1, 2, 3. Athletic as ever, Elio shot ahead by a few rungs, his ladder shaking precariously underneath him. Percy was scrappier, climbing steadily at the cost of speed. It was a close race to the end. At the second to last rung, they both reached and swiped for the bell. That's quite good, to be honest, and plummeted in quick succession as they lost their balance and fell. But who fell first? Gah! Aw, man, nice to see we still suck at this. A breeze swept past, shaking the ladder rungs and gently carrying the last of Elio's dreams with it. He stared longingly, visibly imagining his elusive victory as earnestly as he could. After a hesitant silence, he turned away, but he made it one step before Percy clicked his tongue, shaking his head slowly with exaggerated care. Elio, wasn't today going to be the day? I mean, I wanted it to be, yeah. So we're giving up, just like that? How did you put it? Today you were going to win, or we'll watch you die trying? Me and my big mouth. Percy's right, you can't give up now. I appreciate the vote of confidence. I'd try as many times as it takes, but I don't want to take up all our time. Who says you have to? We can cheat, huh? At the no-stakes climbing game? Yeah. Cheating again? Should I be worried for you, Cam? Okay, it doesn't have to be cheating. Think of it as bending the rules for fun's sake. Just one more shot, Elio. That's all you need to make it. You think so? I know so. Right, Kit? We'll hold it still for you. I don't think the person who's like managing this is gonna like that. We'll catch you if you fall. That's so cute. If we chain hands from Elio to the top, he'll win. I don't know. I'm somewhere in between. We'll catch you if you fall. What? It's not that far of a fall. I'm trying to think. Even at like the very top, it's maybe 5 feet. Just go for it. You can do it. I believe in you. You know what? I can do it. With renewed optimism, Elio quickly returned to the base of the ladder, and he bounded up with even more speed and power than before. You can do it. Look, I'm doing it. Ah, shit, he fell again. I'll go get him. Maybe we should have helped. Nah, if he can't do it by himself, it's not a true win, you know? Cheating in order to get the win on a game like this isn't worth it. Yeah, maybe he needed 2 more shots. Knowing him, though, he's going to take it on the chin and try again another time. Elio and Jamie returned with a smile and a serene nod apiece. The rest of you clapped gently to be polite. Oh, not the golf clap of pity. I'll get my revenge next time. Just you wait and see. As the 5 of you left the ladder playing game. Nope. As the 5 of you left the ladder game behind, you watched the fairgrounds in search of what to play next. There were plenty of classics as well as campus-specific ones. Pin the feather on the chickadee, but none of them seemed to draw anyone's full agreement. All right, how about that one? Overruled, we are not playing that. Worried you'd lose, Porter? On the contrary, I'd rather have an actual challenge. If we play a game involving reach or range of motion, I'm at a natural advantage. Oh, okay, fine. Then in that case. Percy whistled lowly as he searched, his eye landing on a shooting gallery with a sly glint. But Elio chose then to chuckle, his eyebrows waggling deviously as he pointed at a sign for a push-up contest. Oh boy. Jamie shot an arm out in front of him before he could get any further, shaking his head. A challenge, Elio, not a unilateral slaughter. Yeah, not like that, you maniac. Besides, how are Kit and Cameron going to keep up with us? I mean, look at them. What? To be fair, you're right, but you didn't have to say it. Yeah, hey, we're plenty strong. Look at their arms, the picture of fitness. But all right, fine, no push-up contest. How about that one? The bar hang? Oh my god. Yeah, it's about pure tenacity. You can't win just because you're tall. Can't win just because you're strong. And hand-eye coordination has nothing to do with it. It looks quite unpleasant. Why this one? Because it's free? Fair enough, shall we? You made your way over, catching the attention of an attendant presiding over the bar hang with a stopwatch in hand. Interested? We've only got 2 bars open right now, but you're free to go in multiple rounds. Oh, awesome. Then, since Percy insinuated they couldn't do it, how about Kit picks who to go against first? What? I don't want to do this because I know I'm really bad at it. No, everyone's right. I won't last more than like 2 seconds. No, but you know what? Talk shit, get hit. You're gonna win. Yeah, I deserve that. Just so you know, this shirt's oversized. I only look smaller for style points. You're not gonna psych me out. You are. Show me what you've got. Damn. There's just one rule. Hang on as long as you can. To be fair, listen, in real life, I'd maybe last like 5 seconds. That's up from 2 that I last said. In the game, though, with quick time events, I could win. Ready, set, go. And then I fall. Percy went above and beyond, literally. Pulling himself all the way up, he slung his arms over the bar. Crossing them so his weight rested on his armpits, that's illegal. His head tilted aside and he rested it against a vertical support bar, grinning smugly as he settled in. Okay, then I'd just sit on the top of it. Like, what do you mean? You can't do that. Finding your grip on the bar was easier than expected. The hard part was staying attached to it as time went on. Every time you shifted, you could feel the bar flexing slightly. And of course, the longer you stayed up, the more the skin of your hands started to burn. Maybe. Okay, hold on. Multiple things. Maybe you could sing the pain away. You just opened your mouth and started screaming. No, I want to do both of them. I want to see what both of them are. My actual answer is I would hold on as tightly as you possibly could. Okay. But for shits and giggles, I can go back, right? I just wanted to double check before I did this. For shits and giggles, I want to know what singing the pain away and just fucking screaming sound like. If you were going down, you were going down as ridiculously as possible. Oh, I start singing row, row, row your boat. Seriously? Gently down the stream. This did nothing to deter Percy, of course. He only cleared his throat, kicked into a small swing, and started beatboxing to the best of his ability. Let's go. Merrily, merrily. No, it still hurts. Ouch. Ow, fuck. You slipped from the bar with a wheeze, folding onto the ground while Percy kept swinging gently above you. Oh, thanks. I'll hire you for my next birthday party. That's so nice. Okay, I want to know what happens if I just start screaming. I'm not going to voice that one. But nice. Percy flinched backwards so hard he practically threw himself off the bar. Wait, that could be a strategy. You kicked your legs a little, swinging serenely as he recovered. Oh, that was tricky. But you know, I respect it. Reminds me of those old-fashioned jump scare videos. I was just thinking about it Because I thought it'd be funny that, like, you're trying as hard as you can to hold on to this bar and you just start screaming. I wasn't thinking about the jump scare thing. Thank you, thank you. Oh, did he actually fall off? Wait. Because it says you shuffle aside like we're done. Yeah, I guess he did. I didn't even think about. I read he practically threw himself off the bar, and I read it as though like he was still hanging on. Shit, I won with that. That's not what I would do in real life, though. I would just hold on as tightly as I possibly. That is a good one, though. I really like that one. I would just hold on as tightly as I possibly could, and then like after 5 seconds, fall off because I would say I have no arm strength. Let's be honest. I don't have strength anywhere. There's not a single. I'm brain strong. With a deep breath, you committed to literally hanging on as long as possible. Looks like Kit's in it to win it. You know it. The muscles in your arms and shoulders were trembling, but you gritted your teeth and soldiered on. You lasted just, huh? You lasted just long enough to win? You weak bitch. Thought I had it in the bag, but then again, I'm a lot heavier than I thought I was. Ooh, didn't think about that. Weight probably has a lot to do with it, yeah. Still, the point remains that I'm a weak bitch and, you know, I wouldn't be able to hold on for very long, but the like math side to all that, how difficult would it be for each person depending on, hold on. This gets more advanced than I'm thinking that it does. Okay. It's your lack of core strength, dude. I have a core, isn't that enough? You shuffled aside to make room for the next pair, and as soon as the stopwatch was reset, the contest started anew. I don't think I would have won that in real life, but thank you, thank you. Give me your best shot. Must I? You must, especially if I say please. Damn. Suppose I'm bound by good manners to humor you. Wait, how strong are you? Strong enough. And Jamie lapsed into a serene silence, staring Cameron peacefully down until their fingers failed them. They slipped, and in the next instant, Jamie landed on the ground as well. Damn. No, I almost had it. No, I won't, Elio. Hey, kid, bet you won't go another round. You're right. No, damn it. Damn me and my competitive nature. Just for that, I'll do it. No, good for me. 100% I'm falling down within the first second. Are you kidding me? I was trembling. You could technically blame exhaustion for how quickly you dropped. This time, still, Elio stayed up on the bar so long after you that it might not have even mattered. Thanks to several complaints of sore palms, you all veered aside for a quick detour, grabbing some cold canned drinks from a stand to soothe your hands. Only afterwards did the conversation turn towards finding something that all 5 of you could play at once, instead of competing in pairs. I think I know just the place. Lead on. Percy, how did you know this was back here? I have an eagle eye for these kind of things. No, man, you're just tall as shit. Percy nodded generously, his expression unrepentantly smug. Before you was a heavily padded arena. Oh no. Oh no, Percy. Before you was a heavily padded arena constructed of nylon walls, filled to chest height with foam cubes and dotted throughout with small platforms. Oh, you're gonna make us battle to the death. As you watched, students jumped and darted back and forth, each vying to be the last person standing, while jabbing, swinging, and pushing at each other with long, lightweight jousting poles. How's this for variation, Jamie? It's an escalation, I'll give you that. I'm confused. The sign said this was supposed to be jousting. Think less horses, more gladiator? I saw something like this on TV once. You quickly pooled an entry fee for 5 amongst yourselves, then stepped up to claim the next round. Oh, and we're back here again. With helmets on and padded lances in hand, you waded into the arena. Pushing through the sea of foam cubes, everyone quickly found a platform to climb onto. You found a starting spot near one side of the arena, with everyone else nearby. As the operator called out for a countdown, you started forming a strategy. I'm not taunting. If you teamed up with Cameron, you could knock out the others. I don't trust Cameron in that way. I feel like they would go back and like fight me just for the shits and giggles. I'd get double crossed for the whimsy of it all. You were all about evasive maneuvering. I like that one. That sounds good. Whoever came near you had better be prepared for a fight. No, because I feel like some people in this, not naming any names, Elio, if he came after me, I'm running. I'm running as far as I possibly could. I don't think I'd win a fight. I also don't think that I'd win a fight against Jamie. Percy's apparently a witch fucking bitch. Percy's apparently a witch. A weak fucking bitch. If I can hold on to a bar longer than he can, I feel like I have a little bit more confidence, you know? Cameron, I think I could take out. No, I'm running. Anyway, all that aside, evasive maneuvers, please. You looked around and quickly identified several safe escape routes. If they couldn't catch you, they could knock you down. Right, yeah. Then the starting, I don't know what would happen though, because like eventually I would get caught, but that's for future me. Then the starting bell rang and you were off. Game time. The first thing you had to do is create more distance between you and everyone else. Which way? The platforms were closer together, so you had less chance of falling, but also they'd more quickly get to me versus farther apart, but they led further away from the center. I think so long as somebody doesn't immediately come for me, I would go left. You leaped and landed with a solid thump, then continued onwards. You made good distance and even better time, holding your weapon out for balance. And then you heard a shout. You can't run forever. Oh shit, why is he the first one coming for me? Oh shit, I wasn't ready. I was moving. I was in real life moving my position in the chair. You heard a whistle of air and darted away, landing right next to the arena wall. That's not great. I may get surrounded. From here, you were forced to turn back inward, and before anyone could get close, you sped out onward with gusto. Excuse me. No! They're ganging up on me! Jamie, go! Pincer? Give me some space already. You veered sharply, speeding up to avoid getting caught. You'd have to up the pace if you were going to stay out of reach. As the game wore on, you defended any position you took, finding a rhythm as you kept away from the corners and dead ends. A discordant jumble of voices, thuds, and squeaks filled the air. Until finally, all was quiet. Oh no. A final breeze swept across the arena, carrying on its spring-scented wings the cries of those you'd slaughtered to get this far. And across from you, I'm scared. Cameron. Who would have thought it'd come to this? Cameron stood with their lance lowered, looking aside with a delicate sigh. Wisps of their hair caught in the wind, and they struck the perfect picture of a heartsick, weary soldier. Had I known our halcyon days would come to an end, I don't think I would have ever picked up a blade. Do you remember the days of our youth? We were just children then, playing with sticks, and now we've been through too much together. I couldn't even hold that one in. There's something about, do you remember the days of our youth? We were just children. Yeah, you're right. Lilac eyes glimmered from behind lowered lashes as they looked mournfully up at you. Slowly, their weapon came up, pointing unerringly at you. War changes people, but foam war destroys good people like you and I. And we were good, weren't we, Kit? Oh my God, get on with it already. No, I am eating this up. Please continue. Yes, this is important. Elio was right. You took your time lifting your own lance, mirroring your best and your last friend. Pink petals showered down, damn, torn from faraway trees. No birds dared to sing. The only sound was that of your twin heartbeats, so alike and yet so different. We'll meet again, no matter how long it takes. This land needs a ruler, but so does the valley of the afterlife. And I'll send you there because destiny commands it, even if it breaks my heart. Know this, and then I just run and hit him. Just knock him off in like 1 second. They lifted a curled fist to their chest, fighting back tears as they met your eyes. Know that it was an honor and a privilege to have been your friend. You'd play along, but you'd take yourself out for Cameron's sake. That's so cute. I'm not doing that. I'll never give up. You'll never stop me. And that is why I must. They lunged forward, jumping onto your platform and swinging wildly. Where Cameron struck, you fought back with gusto, and your lances clashed and ricocheted as you both put up your best fight. You forced my hand. Inferno Demon Blaze. Hey, no demonic contracts allowed. Very well. Inferno Angel Blaze. Sparks flew on the stage of your imagination, but alas, the scales couldn't stay balanced forever. Suddenly, Cameron lurched to a stop, staggering as they clamped an arm down to pin your lance to their side, holding it as if they'd been impaled. You were both breathing hard, shoulders shaking with suppressed giggles. Slumping down, they stared up at you with wet, clouded eyes. Reaching for you with a trembling hand, they softly gasped. Kit, were we ever... Even in battle, could our love have ever bloomed? You could only close your eyes, shaking your head as you blocked out the sight of their trembling mouth and yanked your weapon free, sending them sliding off the platform. They fell into the abyss below, and you mournfully slashed your lance through the air, throwing an imaginary splash of your former best friend's blood. In another life, Cameron. But fate won't give us another chance. We don't deserve it. Yo, are you guys okay? That was incredible. 10 out of 10. I love the way, to be fair, this entire game is scripted. That is 100% something that I would do. And I love the way that Cameron would match my freak like that. Let's fucking go. Well, as you all filed away from the equipment return table, Percy clapped his hands with a satisfied sigh. He had a particularly refreshed smile, looking for all the world as if he just emerged from a spa instead of a foam pit battle royale. I don't know about you, but now that we've beaten the shit out of each other with big sticks for a while, I feel like our friendships are stronger than ever. I'm just tired mostly, not that it wasn't worth it. Your wanderings took you to the other end of the green, where students sprawled on empty patches of grass. I can't talk apparently tonight. Empty patches of grass to take a break. The food trucks were nearby, but before that... Oh no. All right, step up, get dunked by a friend or dunk your friends. It's the SGB Quiz Show Spectacular here on the green on this fine spring day. You there, you fine individual. You look like someone with an unfinished college education. Even through a megaphone, you knew that drawling voice. Up on a raised platform nearby was someone wearing a wide-brimmed straw hat, swinging a cane lazily back and forth. Behind them was the festival's dunk tank, a sturdy cylindrical pool with an open-top mesh cage around it. Inside, an empty seat on a hinged arm waited for its occupant. No takers? Shame. Oh, hey, Kit and Cameron, too. Don't think I don't see you down there. Is that? Certainly is. Come on, get over here. Don't forget, I literally know where you live. They leaned down from their raised seat, gesturing with a sweep of their cane for you to approach. What gleam they lacked in their eye, the she-her pin on her collar certainly made up for it. Hey, Macy. Friend of yours? She's my RA. Righto. How's my favorite kid? Having fun, Kit? What are you doing out here? Counting the seconds, filling in for someone else. Deja roped you into this? Mm-hmm. Dropped this cane in my hands, and here we are. Who are these guys? Percy, nice to meet you. He, him. I'm Elio, also he, him. Jamie, the same as the other two. Nice. Say, would any of yous be interested in a game? A dunking game? You got it. I'd rather not be yelling for people to step right up all day, and you kids look like you'll boost the energy for me if you get my drift. I think we get it, but come on, you don't want to see a friend? You don't want to send a friend to the drink? Can't talk some sense into your friends, would you? I'll be up here. She waved the megaphone langoriously, and you turned to the others with a rueful look. Macy was so even-keeled that she listened with barely a blink, then proceeded as if no protest had been issued in the first place. You were almost guaranteed to be up on that stage in the next 5 minutes. So, what are we thinking? I'm thinking this is unnecessary. I think it's a classic festival thing. We might never get a chance to do this again. I'm with Elio on this. It'd be fun if we can play that quiz as a group. I wouldn't say there's no way you'd pass up an opportunity like this, you know? But I feel like I have to. I've been asked to, therefore I must. But me and Coach? Okay, well, who's joining Kit for a swim? I'm not. All right, let's go. Come on, Jamie. Let's throw for it. Yeah, okay. Sorry, Jamie. Are you? Not if I beat you fair and square. All right, put 'em up. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Bomb. Yep, 3 completely nonsensical gestures landed in open palms, and you and Cameron stood quietly aside as the other 3 descended into a whirlwind of philosophical discussion. Jackhammer beats Boulder. Oh no, this isn't Boulder, it's Balloon. I just float out of the way. Nuclear fission beats both of you. I thought we made Atom Bomb an illegal move. I didn't say Atom Bomb. You might as well have. The argument flew completely over yours and Cam's heads in a flurry, requiring another 2 rounds of play to resolve. Somehow, when the dust had settled, Percy ended up with the short straw, having been consigned to his stint in the dunk tank to repent for a particularly egregious move. Oh no, what did he do? You 5 got it settled? Which one of you is coming up? Climbing into the seat was the easiest part. You settled your hands around the nylon straps that held it steady, while Macy popped the door shut and climbed back into her own chair. Oh boy. How's the water, Kit? I don't know, I haven't tried it yet. Under me? Not for long. Oh boy. Okay, and we're officially off. Pardon me while I put on my festival voice. Our challengers outside the tank will have 4 chances to send their friend here into the water. Whichever side answers my questions faster will tip the scales in their favor. Get it? If our defender inside the tank answers fast enough, they stay high and dry. Oh, okay. It's me versus them? Oh, I was thinking it was just them and I'm gonna sit back. Okay, I can do this. I didn't read the last half of this, so if the challenger answers faster, you're going down easy as that. Makes sense? Can you repeat that? You'll learn it as you go. Let's start. Oh boy. A stack of flashcards appeared in Macy's hands, and she flicked to the first question without ceremony. I'm putting a $100 sweater on sale for 35% off. Say we have a promotion too, an extra 10% off the sale price. What's the new price tag say? Do I actually have to do math for this? So, okay. Math? Seriously, Macy? I don't even have a pen. I got this. Disqualification. He's minoring. I'll allow it. Oh, shit. Is it really? No. I can't do math either. $58.50. Oh. Okay, you're in trouble. Don't give me math questions. Name one member of your student government. Oh, I've got this. Congratulations. Boo, softball question. You could have said it faster than me. Oh. I think I understand the math one because I was doing just like 35 plus and then 100, but technically speaking, it wouldn't be 30. Okay, you know what? I don't care anymore. Okay. You could have said it faster than me, but you didn't. Let's pull one from the back of the list. What's the official name of the festival we're at right now? I don't know. It's gonna be the Spring Festival. How'd you say that so fast? Deja's been talking about it for months. I have it memorized. Also, that's the most basic name I could have heard. And a good thing for you, too. And our last question, what's the campus fight chant? We're gonna spell chickadee. You better say your prayers. God, are you up there? Ah! At least the water was refreshing. You were hurled in with a yelp, bobbing lightly off the bottom of the tank and surfacing with a splutter. It was a simple climb out, but of course you were soaking wet. As you walked back over, leaving puddles with every step, you lifted your arms and chuckled. Ah, I've missed you all. Bring it in? Absolutely not. And who's our unlucky participant for round 2? Are you sure you don't want a hug before you go in? No bargaining. Come on, get. No more math questions. Give him something he's bad at. With a roll of his eyes and a shrug of his shoulders, Percy trudged over to the tank. When he was seated, he leaned forward, then gestured with a princely wave of his hand. All right, peasants, let's see what you've got. The higher they are, the harder they fall. What's that? I thought I heard an ant speaking? All right. Enough trash talk. You guys need me to repeat the rules? No, we got this. All right, here's the first question. What's the name of the individual who, while escaping the labyrinth, flew too close to the sun with their wax wings? What happened to the math questions? I skipped them. Better hurry and answer. That's Icarus. I know it's not Achilles, one of the other two. I didn't even see who the other options were. I just looked at Icarus and I was like, it's Icarus. Achilles and Oedipus. Too slow, bud. Fuck. Second question's a softball again. What's our campus mascot? There are caps. They're blue. Damn it. I don't know anything about our school. Hopefully you've looked around the fairgrounds. How much does it cost to play rollerball? $2. Stalemate. Next. It's literally right here. What are the full names of our school founders? Fuck if I know. It's gonna be Tara and Ida. My reign is ended! A clunk, a splash, and a waterlogged yell. Then Percy reappeared at the tank's edge, laughing as he shook a heavy curtain of water out of his hair. Once he was back on dry land, he shoved his hands into his pockets and sauntered over, looking as cool and collected as he ever could be, while his footsteps squelched in the grass. And he'll go down in history as Tozaki I, king of Dunkland. Buried at sea, no less, the last of his name. Congrats, and thanks for playing. Macy, you know your festival voice sounds the same as your regular voice, right? Therein lies the joke, my little fella. Therein lies the joke. With a twirl of her cane and a tap of her hat, Macy waved the 5 of you on from the platform, her unfazed smile tinged with amusement. If you see anyone else who'd want to turn, you send them my way, okay? Will do, Macy. Have fun up there. And you have fun down there, Kit. He trailed away from the small platform with one last wave to your RA. And then I said RA a little bit weird, but that's okay. And then you were out in the emptier part of the lawn that led towards the festival's platoon of food trucks. It's been a while. How about we grab something to eat? There was a chorus of assent, and so you hurried over to the back end of the green. Here, overlapping aromas of savory and sweet vied for attention, undercut with a current of greasy, fried goodness. Thanks to the SGB, you were eating for free. The boys split off immediately as their tastes led them to different trucks. You and Cameron stuck together, wandering in a different direction, okay? If only this much variety was available at all the events you attended. But there surely wasn't enough budget for that. You'd have to enjoy the feast while it lasted. Sorry, I was checking something. There you are. Are you still waiting for food? Hey, yeah, should be out soon. What'd you get? Luckily, every vendor here worked fast. By the time you and Cam had each gotten your meals, what did I get? Elio, Percy, and Jamie had reappeared with their own food and drink in hand. Finding seats was a little trickier. Eventually, you found a clear patch of grass and you settled in. Elio, tell me you didn't get 5 of the same taco. There were 6. I ate one while I was walking. Trade you? Yeah, just here, take a bite out of this side. Jamie, I have to know which truck you went to. Why? Because you're eating an entire wedge of lettuce? It has dressing on it. Do you want some of my fries? Jamie, what the fuck? Stomachs growled collectively and you all quickly tucked in. What am I eating? Thanks to the warm sunlight, anyone who'd been in the dunk tank dried fairly quickly. At least to the point they'd no longer be leaving puddles where they walked. I mean, I got the hype about the obstacle course, but seriously, how'd they get authorization for all the moving parts? That's what I was thinking. I suppose that is what the waivers are there for. Still, the construction was quite impressive. And we got such a dramatic confrontation during the jousting game. Cam, are you sure you didn't rehearse that before you got here? I'd never. I was just shouting whatever I could think of. Like Inferno Demon Blaze. Please forget I yelled that, I'm embarrassed. And don't think I didn't see you getting as far away as possible at the start, Kit. It was all part of a carefully crafted plan, trust me. The stack of paper trays, napkins, and wrappers rose in your midst, reaching its maximum height right as the music overhead died down. Hello, hello, how are we doing, WMU? Heads turned, yours included. Over in the distance, a familiar figure stood in front of a microphone on a small stage. Is that I hope you're all having fun. We all worked hard to set up the venue, so please enjoy it to the fullest. For those of you still raring to go, we'll be open all the way till sunset. Nice. But before I let you get back to it, get your tickets out, everyone. It's time to announce our raffle winners. Oh no, I'm nervous. What if I get it? What if I don't get it? It is. Come on, come on. Elio bolted to his feet, and the rest of you followed, gathering up the last of your meals and running after him. Like hell any of you were about to miss this. You made it to the edge of the crowd right as a giant clear plastic ball was unveiled, filled with paper tickets. I'll be drawing tickets one at a time. If you get a match, let us all know. Be loud, be proud. Then you'll head over to the SG booth to pick out a prize. There are multiple prizes, okay? Just look for the banner. Now, are we ready? A corresponding crescendo of whoops and yells rippled across the green. You quickly dug into your pockets for your own ticket. Do I have two? I don't remember. Holding it up with your thumb, underlining the numbers printed on it. And our first prize will go to... As the first string of numbers was read, you sat back with a sigh. It wasn't the end of the world, not yet. There'd still be more drawings. Any luck? Believe me, you would have known if I won. Elio only groaned a little, watching as the winner ran off towards the prize tent. It's gonna be us soon. Yeah? I feel it in my gut. Enjoy your spoils. Let's get our next winner over there, too. Reina's voice was an effortless siren's call, and the crowd kept quiet as she pulled the next lucky ticket. This time, when she was done reading, nobody stepped forward. Oh? Guess they left. Bummer. We move on, folks. And she dunked her hand into the ball once more. The suspense was all but killing Elio, who hunched over a pair of tickets with grim focus. Percy was lying back in the grass, barely paying attention, either because he trusted Elio or because he'd sunken into a food coma. It's hard to tell. On your other side, Cameron glanced anxiously at their ticket every few seconds. Jamie was more discreet, managing to wait a few minutes between peeks at his own ticket. All right, give it up for... Like clockwork, everyone ducked their heads to read along. He smothered a little chuckle. Even the most astute of you couldn't resist double-checking when it came down to it. Ah! Then your eyes and brains both stopped working as you blinked at your ticket. Oh my god, I lost! It matched. Oh shit. Anyone out there? Who's our winner this time? Oh, it's me. I have the ticket. Damn, okay. Hell yeah, Kit! A few hollers and cheers was all it took to alert Reina, even from this far. You had a ways to go to the prize tent, and she waved you onward with a smile. Elio and Cam turned with wide grins. You did it! You actually did it! Did what? It was a random choice. Exactly. It's the victory of victories. Okay. It doesn't look like we can come with you, so meet up later? Yeah, of course. With that, you hurried by the stage, grinning sheepishly as Reina shot you a fond, exasperated smile. The SGB booth was a short walk beyond, and who was waiting for you there? Why, there was only one answer. Well, can't say I'm surprised. We already know you have the weirdest luck. Deja gave a rare, unfiltered chuckle, shaking her head as she stood with one hand on a cocked hip. You knew your win had been purely by chance, but when you saw the smile on her face, you couldn't help but wonder if, just maybe. Did you put my number in there more than... After I tried to pull something the last time and you told me no? She snorted, not at all fazed, as she shook her head once more. Trust me, Reina did not put me anywhere near the raffle itself. I'm just in charge of prizes, but is anyone complaining? With a sweep of one arm, she gestured to the vast array of objects packed into the tent behind her. With the other hand, she gave you a pamphlet containing a compact list to the entire inventory, okay? She hadn't been kidding when she said she pulled every string she could find. There were gift cards and vouchers, of course, but there were plenty of material prizes, too, suitable for a wide range of ages and interests. Anything catching your eye, or do you need a second? You wouldn't rush your beloved roommate, would you? Not unless a line starts, but you're fine for now. I do consultations for a small fee, of course. She winked and he snorted as he flipped the page. The prize was yours to take, but would it be yours to keep? There was nothing stopping you from gifting whatever you chose to someone else. Oh, interesting. No, I'm taking it for me. Unless there's nothing good, in which case I'll give it to somebody else. As you searched through the prize catalog, you decided to take spices, herbs, and infused sugars. Who do you think I am? A street sign. I get 10 for the price of 1 voucher for the local bookstore. You are kidding me. That's like $200 to $300 worth of books, depending on what you buy, for $20 to $30. I haven't even read anything else yet. I'm just holy. Okay, that's my pick. 3 sets of his and her mugs, 6 in total. That's funny. That's funny. I would consider getting that for the group. You can decide which one you want to be, his or her. I really want to see whether or not I can say that for the group. Damn it. An open world video game. Okay. A telescope complete with a tripod. Or a food tour for 2. Also, I want to know, do I get the same options if I share? No. This would be so funny for the group, though. That would be so funny for the group. That being said, me, I want the fucking books. Holy shit. Adding to the collection, I have a serious problem, Deja. I always need more books. Okay, I thought this game was about to shit on reading for a second. Being pre-law already made for intensive reading, but that didn't mean you shied away from books in your free time. Deja didn't either. Your apartment was already crammed full of novels. Care to share when you cash this in? Absolutely not. You can borrow them, but they're all mine. Sure, after I read them. Okay, you're all set. I'll see you later, yeah? A win was a win, but a win from a raffle had an extra sprinkle of magic to it. You couldn't help but puff your chest out, knowing that luck had favored you a bit more today. It would be so nice to get all of the cups for everybody. After I finish this, I'm gonna go through the code just to read what would happen if you got the cups for everybody. Anyway, you hurried back to the others, grinning as Cam lifted a hand to wave. I'm back. Are you guys okay? Uh-oh. Should I have gotten you matching mugs? Right as rain, just give us a moment. The boys were sprawled dramatically in the grass. Oh, no. Lying in the wake of the emotional carnage that was, for them, an unsuccessful raffle. Elio stuck a thumbs up into the air, his face hidden by his hat. Oh, no. He's sobbing uncontrollably. Hi, Kit. Congrats again. Oh no, I feel bad. I should have got them all matching mugs. You should have seen them. Lorena read out the last ticket and they all collapsed like rag dolls. Yes, pity, woe, etc. Jamie was the first to climb to his feet. The others followed suit, grumbling good-naturedly, But Elio shook himself back to his usual sunny self soon enough. I should have got them the mugs. No. So what'd you get? No, I feel bad. Wait, okay. I want to see what would happen. She frowned slightly, then rummaged for a thick, chisel-tipped paint marker. One day the market will catch up. Oh, in the meantime, we'll just have to DIY any other pronouns. Oh no, this is so cute. You squeezed 2 extra letters around the label, turning hers into a cramp to theirs. Okay, so me and Cameron. That way you, Deja, and Cameron would each have a yellow mug that fit. I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking that we would all take the girly pop ones. I was assigning us girl. Or assigning a she, her, I guess. And then the guys could take the his mugs because it felt, depending on Cameron's view of gender, I feel like it's less rigid. I wouldn't mind in this scenario getting a gendered mug because like I don't know how to explain it. You know, I was really trying my best, but honestly, I don't know. That's such a personal thing. But I was kind of government assigning us who would get which mug. Anyway, so you only added a small initial to the guys. I feel strangely lucky. You struck out the last 2 letters and added an S at the front. The hers was now a she. Touché. God, okay. And then they're all on the ground, dramatically sprawled. Hold on. What'd you get? I got us all mugs because I feel bad. I'll spend $300 myself. It's okay. I think we deserve matching mugs. You fished for a mug, hooking one finger through a handle and lifting it for all to see. Did they come with the paint like that? No, that's my personal touch. Inspired, but why'd they let you have 3 sets? You know what? I don't actually know. But actually, I got them for all of us. The mugs clinked gently as you lifted them, gesturing with a small smile for everyone to take one. Listen, I'm gonna spend $300 on books anyway, you know? Like, it's inevitable. This is worth it to me. What? You serious? Sure am. Here, the green ones are for you guys. Thanks. You put our initials on them? I suppose so, unless Hidge means something I'm unaware of. His. I don't know how to pronounce that with an E at the end, and his. Those can be our new boy band aliases. Do you mind if I keep mine at your place? I expected as much. This is fun. Thanks for coming out, everyone. I could have had books. It's okay, it's worth it. You make it sound like we didn't want to come. Not to mention Deja would have hunted us down if we hadn't. You lingered at the end of the green for a few minutes longer, chatting idly, until a natural break in the conversation occurred and the boys excused themselves to head home. All right, I'm parked that way. I'll let you know when I'm home. Cameron was next. With a toss of two-toned bangs, they scampered off towards the parking lot, waving cheerfully behind them for a few more paces before they disappeared into the distance. Before you left, you went to find Deja, just so she'd know you were heading out the whole 5 steps it takes to get to our dorm. You had half a mind to stick around and help get a head start on cleanup, an idea which was thoroughly abashed once your roommate flapped you insistently away. In her words, you were meant to enjoy the festival to the fullest, and that meant you weren't going to be donating any of your time or energy today. All that was left was to go home. Your room was a familiar haven after such a full day. You fell backwards onto your bed, stretching with a soft groan. The temptation to doze off was strong after you'd indulged yourself at the food trucks. What did I eat? But the residual buzz of excitement from the raffle kept you from napping right away as you replayed the events that had led you to the prize booth with a little smile on your mouth. Oh, whoa. A buzz in your pocket alerted you that the group chat was kicking back to life. By the time you tugged your phone free, a flurry of texts had already filled the screen. Oh, great, thanks. At the top of the chat was a video from Elio, a clip of you getting dropped into the dunk tank. Thanks. Oh, hell yeah, I didn't know you were filming. I forgot to do that in round 2. Don't even worry about it. Percy whacked his elbow when he fell in. Oh my god, is he okay? Yeah, he's fine, don't worry. Yeah, nothing a bag of frozen veg can't fix. He told me we didn't have any more vegetables in the apartment, and that was why we've been eating takeout for 2 weeks. My weenus is more important than your diet, Jamie. Let's go. Is there anything else that I should be reading? I doubt it. Deja. Needs more sequins, which we just read, and Elio. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. For some reason, I just really needed to scroll down. This was easily the most active the group chat had ever been. Tired as you were, you kept your eyes glued to your phone, muffling the occasional laugh as typos, emojis, and inside jokes rolled up the screen. There was something about texting right after a hangout that locked the emotions and experiences of your day in, helping the memory crystallize in a way that kept the original luster. Maybe the others felt the same. And of course, it wouldn't do to ignore the reason you'd had so much fun in the first place. Right on cue, a knock at your door pulled you back to the real world, and Deja peeked into your room. Hey you, what's that big smile for, huh? You lifted your phone by way of answer, and she chuckled softly. It's still going? Still going. But hey, D. She tilted her head, raising an eyebrow as you got to your feet. Thanks for today. I think everyone really had fun. She blinked before her expression softened, and she gently beckoned you over. Okay. You can tell where I got gently from, though. As soon as you got close enough, she reached to flick you gently on the forehead. What's that for? For being sweet. It was a fun event to organize, so don't worry about that. Yeah, I know you lost sleep over this, but I could tell you were enjoying the challenge. And before you even try, you're not making dinner tonight. I'll order us something. Aw, now I'm gonna pinch your cheeks. Hey! That was cute. Huh? Okay. By the way, y'all. In case you were wondering, a tort is an act through which an individual can be held responsible in a court of civic law, which is obviously different from criminal law. There are 3 basic types of torts, but name at least 5 that exist within each. Kit. Dude, you're doing it again. What am I doing? I can see your eyes moving under your eyelids. Relax, we're done. Finals are over, we made it! Maybe you're right, Cam. I can stop thinking. Without opening your eyes, you smiled softly, and, before long, you could hear Cameron rustling through a bag off to your side. A water bottle, slick with condensation, pressed up against your cheek for the taking. That's the spirit. And can I get some grapes? Man, you give a mouse a water bottle and suddenly they're asking for grapes and a palm prawn to fan them with. What's next? You're gonna ask me to rub your shoulders? Will you? No. But I could be convinced, maybe. Isn't a whole picnic already enough? Picnic. Deja shifted her arm, and the cool beads of her bracelet skimmed against her cheek. She was doing a valiant job of ignoring how numb her leg was as she sat with your head resting on her lap. Your haunting by law textbooks aside, Cameron wasn't wrong. The semester was over. Final season had officially come and gone, and all that remained was waiting for your grades to come in. Thanks for organizing this, Dee. I can't take credit for all of it. Everyone on campus seemed to have the same idea. Yeah, I can't believe we even found a spot. The green today was littered with students. Some rested in the hammocks that the SGB had set up when the finals started. Others chattered amongst themselves about parties or vacations. And still others, like you and your friends, were content to soak up the sunshine instead. Deja, bless her, had also brought snacks. Reaching aside, she plucked a small wedge of cheese and a cracker from the plate sitting on the blanket. How do you think you did, Cam? Cameron's smile weakened and they turned aside, pulling a grape free and popping it into their mouth. I feel all right. I think I killed it with my philosophy finals, but the law stuff. I don't know which joker in the college counselor's office was like, sure, let them double major, it'll go great. Studied your ass off. I'm sure you did do great, Cam. You mean you're telling me it gets worse? Cameron hummed apologetically, and your stomach sank a little. You knew you couldn't avoid the miserable grind for knowledge in your field, but studying just didn't come naturally to you. You didn't relate very much to everyone who got stressed about final season, and that naturally didn't help you stay on track. When you were invited to study sessions, you generally accepted since they counted as a way to hang out. At least this time you could say there was one day you'd spent staring at your notes thanks to everyone else, even if that day had given way to far more interesting adventures. Maybe we'll get a few more study sessions in next term, yeah? If you want to, sure. I'm just proud kid opened their book before their exam. I'm guessing you're not worried, Deja? Am I ever? All right, Miss Humblebrag. Deja stifled a laugh, feigning innocence. The two of you knew better than anyone else that even the student vice president had put in some real elbow grease to succeed as much as she had. At least I didn't have any actual exams to study for. Did not have the time. Stretching her arms high overhead, Deja let out a slight whine. The mere thought of school manifested in imaginary knots in her shoulders. Her twisting and turning jostled your head from its designated rest, but not enough to knock you off. Just 2 more years to go and it'll all be over. A beautiful, fleeting dream that I'll be thinking about when I'm in an office for 8 hours a day. Cry for me, Deja, when I get eaten alive by my actual textbooks in grad school. Not when you chose it. Ooh, the storm outside is getting stormy, y'all. I can hear it. Let me quickly check the weather. See what it's looking like. Hold on. Says that it might go through 1 a.m., I guess, which is another hour. It's sounding pretty rough out there. Maybe I will go back, because this is the last thing that we read, and I might end early, because I don't know how to quantify this for you, but it sounds. So we'll end this here. I think we did pretty good. Almost 2 hours. We're in the middle of a scene which I don't particularly like, but that's okay, because we can always get back to it later. I'll try to remember that we are in the middle of a picnic sort of thing, but I think I'm gonna go for right now, because that sounds horrendous out there. Thank you for joining me tonight for some more keyframes. I hope that you enjoyed the festival. I know I did. I think that was one of the one of maybe my favorite moments in this. It's pretty good. And I'll see you guys next time for some more keyframes. I feel like next time we'll probably finish the demo. I don't know how much longer we have left, but I think there are 6 moments. And we're on number 4 or 5. I don't know. I'll see y'all then, though.